Matching hundreds. It's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, we are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns heading out, and the pressure squarely on the shoulders of number 6 in his second season now with the Browns. The number 1 overall pick in 2018, Baker Mayfield.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Mike 57. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
I'd say it was a pretty nice debut season for Nick Chubb in 2018. He fell just 4 yards short of a 1,000-yard season as a rookie. But he did average over 5 yards per carry and had a 92-yard touchdown run against the Atlanta Falcons, the third longest run in the league last season.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check, 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 check.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Hey, Delta. Mike 57. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Joel Bitonio, one of the steals of the 14 draft, the culprit there. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
King. Joker. No. 6-6. Pull it high. Regular. Hey, Haywood.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
You better come back next time, son.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in his zone.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram, and he's going to get this one down to the 45. Well, look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 17 carries, 102 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Joe Schobert in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. But look now at the lineup defensively for the Ravens. They've been very good against the pass so far this year.
Because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hurry! Stay at home. Stay at home.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Mayfield to throw it, and this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. He was, without a doubt, one of the catalysts in that victory.
And he can really be the glue that makes this offense go, because when defenders have to commit to stopping him, that just opens up more opportunities in the passing game.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hurry, hurry.
48, Mike. 48, Mike.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
48 to Mike. Let's go one more. Mike, 48, Mike, 48.
From the gun, Mayfield. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Mayfield. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
57's the move. I got you.
Going to the air again with Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Regular.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mayfield. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. So let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Check, 48's the Mike. Let him know.
Alert. Hey, Charlie.
48. Hey, we gonna Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. Coming to you. 48's Mike. 48's Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 19. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Here I come again.
Run.
Slam. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Yeah. You don't want none.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On third down, Mayfield. He finds Taylor, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long?
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
36.
Hey, exit.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Mayfield down. He gets it complete to Harris. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal.
Shoot, shoot.
Real.
Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. Second and goal.
King.
48 for Mike. I hope you brought your...
Hey!
Mike, 48.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming.
Check.
Hey, alert.
Now Mayfield on third and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So on fourth down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Seibert's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, second and 15. And that play is is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett was sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Lose yardage here back to his own 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch 36.
Bravo.
I got it. Mike, 36.
Alert, 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 alert.
36. I don't think.
Hurry.
Back.
To throw, Mayfield. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Pistol. Kings. Watch out.
A run for Nick Chubb. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Hey, high 7.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Danny.
Point it right.
57's the mic.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience. And that's the hard part for a runner, because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the 2nd quarter. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. they can't come up with something here, they're looking at a quick 3-and-out.
Well, guess what? You get the ball in the hands of your best player to his favorite play and try and salvage something out of this drive. Now, of course, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're thinking the exact same thing. So they better provide him some help on this one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Landry now on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Regular. Let's go, baby. We turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. JOR 33.
They run again on first down. Chubb. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Mayfield. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Holding. Defense.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Jackson options out left. Fighting his way through contact. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown of the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something which is wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
Regular.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
48, Mike. Double dog. That's the way. Check. AOR 33. 3 bucks.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Chubb. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey, Delta. Let's bring it. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. I got you.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, Haywood!
Mike, 36. Line.
Now Mayfield. Able to find Harris, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 36.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
Watch the run. Watch the run. King.
Jim.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Don't be scared of it. Hey, alert 48. Alert.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but... The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. They'll run on first down. Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ingram again, a first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Throwing is Jackson. He's got it. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Roberts got it. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Tucker's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
The Browns drive about to get started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
He's coming. We got double up.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Regular. Hey, team 6. Pistol. I got you.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on the...
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Set sails over the inline. Hard to believe, but the regular season's starting to draw to a close. We've got the final Sunday night game of the year coming up later tonight. Matt Nagy and the Bears hosting his mentor, Andy Reid, and the Kansas City Chiefs. That'll be blitz coming, and down he goes. Christian Kirksey racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Snead's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans. But then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. Jackson from the shotgun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Chubb with a carry on 1st down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Mayfield now from the 50. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Left. Get this work
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. Jackson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Christian Kirksey, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
50 seconds to mine. You can't block me.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Back to you.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Run.
The mic. Check. 48's the mic. Here we go.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, alert! Regular. Hey, what's the ball? My touch.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film. extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
On third down, Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, it stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The reception good for 7. It's third down. From the gun on third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. A first down throw for Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's
field. The umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
King. Hey, Charlie.
I got it. 48 for Mike. I'm coming.
I got it.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 24. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Hey, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He got 29 yards that time. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the counter, Ingram. Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. They run from the pistol with Ingram. There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. Just something magical about breaking that barrier.
And he's right there on the doorstep now. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They run it again with Chubb. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield steps away to his left. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 35.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0.
Mike, 57. All day, just like that.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. They run. Chubb. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
SOS, SOS, SOS. Watch twins. Watch twins.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
A give. This is Chubb. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. He finds Beckham complete. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns get a score closer. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver could get down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson, it's complete to Snead. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now Landry gets past one man. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Flush to his right. It's caught. Beckham. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Let's get in there. Check 3, check 3. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Let's go, let's go.
On first down, Hunt. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
In the back. Offense.
So that one will be accepted.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. 20. Let's go. Mike 48. Mike 48. Let's go. Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Hey, Delta. It's going to be a long day. Check.
Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Demetrius Harris. his second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I don't want to sound old or anything here, partner, but I remember the days in this situation where you just put the ball in the hands of a running back. Now, it could be anyone carrying the football to try and pick up a first down or a touchdown.
Jackson now. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Coming back.
Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now it's Ingram. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Now it's Jackson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hurry! 57. Hey, Zoo! I'm coming after you!
First down, Mayfield. Got an open man, it's Ratley. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, Foxtrot!
Now Mayfield. He'll get this into the hands of Hodge. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Set, 180! King! 80 weapon!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Holding offense.
Seam six.
Mayfield with it once more. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
King!
Line 36. Come on, D.
And again, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
57's a Mike. 57's a Mike. Let's go, defense.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. He's at the 30, the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Hey, there he is. Touchdown, baby. Keep it rolling.
Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete.
Holding offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Alert! Mike's 57.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on for the 5th time here today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Hill on the return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. Roberts has it. That'll be a gain of 16, and that's going to make it 4th down. Defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
Here's Sam Cook now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. Now Mayfield and the Browns. Down by 10. A minute 56 to go. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it 1st and 10.
Check. 180. Check the outs. Check the outs. Hey, alert, 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 alert. 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. I'm coming. Hey, Echo. I'm coming. 48. 48. I got it.
Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Hey, alert 33.
Here's Mayfield. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing, Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And they'll indeed take a knee. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a
breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.